with Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco. Mr. Urie,
yes,
good to see you.
Pleasure to be here.
We were actually talking to Pete Wentz in the press conference.
Oh, that guy?
Yes, that guy.
Awesome.
And he said he hated you.
Good. Feelings mutual. No.
We were talking about like bromances and stuff like that. I think maybe a question you probably get a lot is you and Patrick Stump, you guys big friends?
Oh yeah, very good friends.
You guys tour, well, obviously you tour a lot. I remember one of my friends saw you guys in Denver, Colorado.
Oh really?
She loved the show. It was really crazy. But in terms of bromances, would you say Fall Out Boy is the big bromance?
Very bromantic with Fall Out Boy. Yeah, it's they're just such good friends. Like when we first met those guys, we got along so well.
Yeah.
And they really kind of took us under their wing, took us on our second tour ever. Like really let us learn from them. They had already been touring for a few years, so really, gave us a few options. Like, if you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. But then on a personal level, we just got along so well. And Patrick and I, usually when we meet, he's a huge whiskey connoisseur. So he loves letting me sample all the whiskeys that he's just got from halfway around the world. Like, oh, I've got this new rare 12-year. But we always have a really good time. Similar humors, and it's really fun.
A gentlemanly drink.
A gentlemanly drink of whiskey.
There you go. Yeah. In terms of Panic at the Disco, though, there was a time when you printed Panic at the Disco without the exclamation mark. Yeah. What happened there? Were you trying to make people actually panic?
I mean, it ended up happening. We never
came
thought,
full circle.
Yeah, it did. We never thought that it would get a reaction. We honestly just took it out just to try something, off. Like, oh, I wonder what people would say. And then it got a reaction. We're like, this is so funny to us. And so we just ran with it. We're like, oh, no, it's not coming back. And then it came back. Like, it's become this character. It's so good. I love it.
In terms of quitting smoking, I know I'm one of those guys who's never smoked and stuff like that. And I know you've kicked the habit.
I did.
How did you go about it? How did you go about kicking that habit? Because I mean, nicotine. Do you relate that to quitting smoking?
Yeah, I mean, I was still smoking when I wrote that song, but honestly, what it was is I went and saw a vocal doctor because my voice kind of started crapping out for a few shows, and it made me scared. I was like, well, I want to sing until the day I die, so what do I need to do? And he's like, you need to stop smoking cigarettes. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I was like, really? Okay. Is that, and it, honestly,
did you go for a second opinion after that?
Yeah, I was like, no, that's not, it can't be that. It can't be smoking cigarettes. No, but that was one of the things. He's like, it's agitating your acid reflux, it's this, it's going to, but it really took, I was just, naive to it, and I think I was in denial. I knew that it wasn't good, but it took a doctor telling me you have to quit to actually quit, and that's all it took.
Yeah.
But I still smoke weed, like a lot when I'm home, so just rolling a joint, and doing that.
Luckily in America it's like a legalized thing now.
Yeah, a couple states,
Here in South Africa it's more of like
it's a little,
So how is customs? Have you brought any in?
No. We're not stupid. No, we're not stupid. No, I'm not flying with that stuff. But no, it's
But you would say legalization is probably the best thing that's...
I think it's great. I mean, for me, like having, smoking some weed is kind of like drinking some beers. It's just a different way of, recreational drug.
Right,
Actually, I think it's way less dangerous than alcohol, but I don't know. To each his own. I think, if you like smoking, weed, smoke, but if not, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer when people are locked away for 10, 15 years, for just having some weed.
In terms of Panic at the Disco now, 10 years it's been going on now.
Yeah.
If you stand here at the 10th year and you wonder what the next 10 years has, what do you see, what do you feel, what do you want to occur to the band?
I mean, looking back on the last 10 years, I didn't think we would do half the stuff we did, or visit half the places we have. I hope that continues. I mean, I still have that drive of wanting to, I don't feel like we've done our best work yet. I feel like we could always do something we haven't done before. We've only done so much. I don't know, I like all the creative arts. I like, movies and theater, Broadway, and all that stuff. I think that could be really fun to try out, but no specific plans yet, but I'm always interested to, see what else, what other kind of trouble we get into. I don't really know yet, though.
Just never become one of those judges on The Voice. I think that's the end of the road. I don't know. That's how
I feel. Is that just where celebrities going to die? I don't know if that's the thing.
Yeah, if I ever see you there, I'll be emailing you like, Brandon.
Just give me all the shit.
But I was actually listening to a podcast you did with one guy. I forget what the podcast's name was, but there was something about a Dr. Dre mentality to either writing or something.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of that, Can you elaborate on that? Do you like hip hop music? Do you like rap? Would you ever collaborate? What is that Dr. Dre mentality you use?
I love hip hop music. Dr. Dre for me was it was him, Snoop Dogg, Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang Clan. Were like some of my big influences. I loved them, growing up, and I still do. Dr. Dre for me was so unique. He was such a good producer to me, and the way that he went about using like metaphors and analogies and lyrics kind of started this new kick in hip hop, where they say like. I don't know, like, I'm gonna spit Pulp Fiction, Tarantino, and then like it's like a semicolon or like a colon, and they explain this thing, and then you have this one word, and he kind of did that, it was like chicken head, chicken fed. It was just like, just a really creative way of getting across this like really harsh idea, but it was just so funny to me. Like a lot of it was comedic; it didn't take itself too seriously.
So you try to put that into the panic.
I like to be a little more creative, but it kind of taught me to be more fun with the lyrics. But also to kind of slow some songs down. We used to play so fast. And Dr. Dre, I remember watching an interview, and he was just like, somebody asked him, like, how do you do your stuff? And he was like, I just slow it down, And I just thought that was so cool. Just take some time with it, Take time with the wounded hand. I like it.
In terms of where we work, we kind of work at a place where there's a lot of students and stuff like that. So I do know that music and education, it's kind of like, sometimes it's on opposite poles.
Sure.
So what would you say to guys that are possibly studying, still in high school, and who really want to pursue music, but like the parents would probably tell them, no, don't go into it. But what would you say to those guys starting bands?
I'm not sure how it is around the world, but in the States, there's plenty of colleges where you can go and study music. For me, it was a huge deal. I mean, I would have quit band if it wasn't for my teacher. I had such an amazing teacher, Mr. Mata, who was just such an inspiration, I was playing drums and jazz band, and he was this like fiery, passionate man who loved music and loved that people loved music. And I think education and music can have a really good marriage together. And I think it's really important to know theory, to appreciate it, to understand it. Just kind of gives you a bigger appreciation for music in general when you can educate yourself and learn from your mistakes and learn why this is a thing. I think it's important. Don't necessarily skip out on school for music, but you can also do both. I mean, you can go to college and play in a band. I mean, that's like one of the huge things in the States, like college bands. It's massive. It's its own genre, college music. So I think, you don't have to be mutually exclusive.
That's a good way to think about it, where you're marrying it off. Coming to a close, though, in terms of people you idolize, well, I don't know, like that you started idolizing and you still idolize.
Sure.
Who are those people for you?
Oh God, there's so many. I've actually been like incredibly fortunate to meet some people that I looked up to. I met Dave Grohl a couple times. The first time I met him just blew my mind. How down to earth and just honest he was, and how kind he was. And when I was like 12, 13, I wanted to play guitar, play drums, sing, do like I wanted to be like Dave Grohl. And then meeting him, they say don't meet your idols. Fuck that, dude. It was awesome.
What is Dave Grohl?
Coolest dude ever. I mean, I got to meet Jimmy Page. That blew my mind. I met Billy Joel. That was, I mean, I've been just the most lucky dude in the world. But it's pretty amazing to meet some of your heroes, some of your idols, and to just see how similar they are with ambition in music and just passion for what they do. I think that's a really important thing that a lot of people share in the music community, or just in arts in general. Just the passion. That's some of the most successful people. Really love what they do.
One more question, though. Just one.
Of course.
What do you love most in the world? What is something
most in the world?
Yes, anything. Obviously, it's going to range of a million things, but the things closest to you.
I think, my wife is my favorite person in the entire world, and being able to just like relax in home comforts is like, I like to have one day after tour where I'm just lazy.
Like a sweet escape.
Just nothing. Like more than a day, it tends to get a little too much, but just give me one lazy day where I am doing nothing and I don't have to think about anything, and I'm like reading instructions, not having to tell people what to do. I get instructions telling me how to build something. I just love that stuff. Just give me a lazy day. It's one of my favorites.
I like that, and lazy days.
and